Welcome back. This time we're talking about Allied, the latest film from director Robert Zemeckis. Set during World War II and following a Canadian intelligence officer played by Brad Pitt and a French resistance fighter played by Marion, Cotillard, who meet during a covert operation in North Africa to assassinate a Nazi ambassador. During the mission, they grow close, and when they reunite in England, a relationship is kindled. But when loyalty questions are raised about one of them, their relationship is put to the test. Now, Zemeckis has always had a rather eclectic resume, with classic comedies like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and the Back to the Future trilogy, strong dramas like Forrest Gump, Castaway, and Flight, and his animated features such as The Polar Express and Beowulf. Allied is definitely in the drama vein, although I wouldn't rank it as high as Forrest Gump or Castaway. But it is a solid film. It's an enjoyable film, an entertaining one, and most of that credit can go to the lead performances from Pitt and Cotillard. And their performances make up for a lot of the film's issues, most of which derive from the script. And the biggest problem with the script is that the main conflict really doesn't come into focus until about halfway through the movie, which is this loyalty issue. Basically, the entire first act is set in North Africa with this mission. And that's actually a very strong section of the film because we're focused in on this mission. We know what the stakes are. They're very tangible, so the tension is quite high. But that being said, I still couldn't get over the fact that I knew that despite this mission being entertaining in itself, it was basically setup. And that's what the majority of the first part of the second act is more setup, except we don't have that tension. The script and the film are trying to get us to buy into this relationship so that when the true conflict comes into play, we buy into those stakes. We feel them on an emotional level. And I have to say, the film mostly works, but it's less to do with the script and more to do with the performances from Pitt and Cotillard. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I just felt like the script was trying to do more than it actually delivered. And like the first act, once the meat of the story really comes into play, the film really picks up because the tension is there. They do a good job of keeping us guessing. We don't really know until the very end. And at least for me, I did buy into the stakes because I believe these two characters because of the performances. Now, the other main issue I had with this film, aside from the script, were the special effects. Now, Zemeckis is known for having some heavy special effects films, like his most recent film, The Walk. Here, however, the special effects, honestly, are bad. The opening shot, the very first thing we see in this movie after the credits, is Brad Pitt's character paratrooping into the deserts of North Africa. And it's so obvious that he is the only thing that's real that we're seeing. The desert behind him is fake. I don't know why they couldn't have gone and found some real desert or made up some real desert in a set and then had him dropped in onto it. Because it's obvious that nothing in that scene is real. And there's several other scenes like that too, where it's very obvious that the backgrounds were computer generated and not very well done. I mean, I hate to say it because this film's not that bad, but it actually gave me some flashbacks to the Star Wars prequels that the backgrounds were so obviously computer generated. And this is a film that you need to buy every moment. So you buy the relationship, you buy the characters, and with the script already having some issues in that regard, these special effects issues just were much more noticeable and much more detrimental to the film's success than they might otherwise have been. Now, I've been kind of harsh on this, and I do have some major issues with this film, but I do think that the performances overcome most, but definitely not all, of the film's problems. And I left the film having enjoyed the experience. I thought it was a well-made film with the notes that I've already made, and two very strong performances. The supporting cast is also very strong. If you're interested in this type of movie, if you saw the trailers and thought, this is something I want to see, go see it. I think you're going to enjoy it. Now, if you have seen Allied, what did you think about it? As always, you can subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other reviews, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.